what a week for professional wrestling. The match that has the world talking. El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. Mask versus Mask. AAA. The 5-star match of the year. The match that has made professional wrestling cool again. All anybody can talk about. But we start tonight with some breaking news at the top of the hour as AEW has released the Butcher and the Blade as their contracts have expired, so they are no longer part of All Elite Wrestling. Maybe they'll come to WWE because God knows WWE need tag teams. Welcome into your new wrestling obsession. This is Off the Mat. I am your host, Matt, and as always, we have Sticks Boy on all socials and the master of the dirt sheets, the dirty one himself, Dirty Dom Tober. Boys, how are we doing tonight? How are we feeling after Mask versus Mask? How are we feeling after Clash in Italy? How are we feeling of a great weekend in professional wrestling? And how about that Monday Night Raw on Monday? WWE can make a decent show, I guess, huh?
First things first, I was telling you about in the backstage, I was telling you a story I wanted to tell you. So I'm in the gym working out and training, and there's a massive dude doing back on the pull downs. So I walk by, don't pay attention, just snap.
And you alphaed him, right? You walked up and you just shoulder checked him, and you were like,
I go by, this and that. So anyway, but make a long story short, I'm on leg press now. I'm doing leg press. And that massive individual.
And your nut fell out of your shorts.
No, walks by. So I look up and I see him as he walks by. I see him as he walks by, and I was like, oh shit. Is that Braun Strowman?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I swear to God. So a friend of mine, nicknamed Mango, he's over there working out where Braun Strowman went. So I go, no, Mango, come over here. He comes out, I go, that's Braun Strowman, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit. So he was working out back, this and that. So I was like, I want to say what's up to him, because but I didn't, I don't want to be, you're working out and training. You don't want to be bothered by a fanboy or fucking wrestling fan. But fact is that he was there, and then he went one way, I went the other way, and then he left, and I didn't get a chance. It would have been cool to get a snapshot with him and say, what's up, man? It's a big fan. We got a freaking podcast. But
you should have walked up to him and be like, I'll take one of everything on the menu.
Exactly. Didn't happen, but it was kind of cool. But my gym has usually some wrestlers that show up. Bailey was there. The people in the gym told me Bailey showed up one time. LA Knight was there when Matt Square won. So my gym. Yeah, I didn't, man. Unfortunately, I couldn't get I couldn't get his to get a snapshot because I would have posted that shit on the show. We would have seen it. But yeah, so Braun Strowman working out in my gym, which is really cool. Another thing, so the Mask versus Mask thing, awesome. The Monday Night Raw was a pretty decent show. I was excited. It was a good show. Definitely. The Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, which he got hurt again. He got banged up again, apparently. But that was a cool ending. Montez Ford. Listen, I'm telling you this right now. Either Montez Ford is going to wind up becoming tag team champions with Seth Rollins, or he's going to the Vision, or freaking Anthony Dawkins.
Angelo Dawkins.
I'm sorry. Angelo Dawkins might go because he might be the odd man out. But it makes sense. And your favorite to win the King of the Ring, your boy Seth Rollins. So I see it now. Seth Rollins faces Oba Femi in the final. Brock Lesnar comes out, interferes. Oba Femi loses. Seth Rollins wins.
Before you got to that?
All right, JD. Whatever you say, JD.
That is my prediction.
Whatever you say, JD in New York.
What?
We've been 4 minutes in. We're already on to the tournament. Holy hell!
I'm telling you, that's who I'm going for.
Done.
We can talk about it. It's a clusterfuck because I know for a fact when we were on the show Sunday and we were watching the pre-show, they said post-show, they said it's going to be singles matches for the first round. They did. And so now, and then it turned into fatal 4-ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember him on Raw. Maybe it was when I went to the bathroom, but I thought they said that all the first round matches were going to be on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
On Monday Night Raw the next couple of weeks.
Nope. SmackDown too.
So
we're going to be getting the
2 on Raw, 2 on SmackDown.
And on top of that, you take away Tonga and you take away Ricky Saints and you put in McIntyre and Sami Zayn, but you remove them.
Did they?
But yeah.
So they released a fake another graphic got released, and then WWE came out, quickly took it down, and then released a statement saying no, that was an accident, and they put back up their original graphic that they showed on the post show. So
Right.
Tongaloa and McIntyre are not in the King of the Ring tournament.
Wait, no, Tongaloa and Ricky Saints.
Yes, sorry.
That's sad because you want to build new stars.
No, those two are in. McIntyre
No, they're still
and
in.
Sami Zayn are not in it.
They backtracked.
Well, Sami Zayn got hurt. He got hurt. He might have hurt an ankle or a knee, and so anyway,
yeah.
The weekend.
I had heard really quick. I had heard that they had changed it, but then when I went in to double check the graphics for today, it was the same, except for obviously the who moved on. But so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying the whole fact is that you want these guys in because these guys need to be in tournaments with big hot. Hey, listen, I want to see Ricky Saints versus Seth Rollins and friggin' that's interesting because they never fought before. I want to see that.
Right.
You want to see these new guys come in, and I'm upset that my boy Ethan Page is not in this friggin' tournament, which he should be. So there are things that are probably going to happen. He's winning the Intercontinental Championship. That's why he's not in King of the Ring.
Well,
that ain't stopping Liv Morgan from being it. We'll talk about all that.
Yeah, that's another thing.
In a little bit, but I want to start off on the shoot. And the shoot is our rant series where we can go off and talk about whatever we want. And I want to start by talking about mask versus mask. El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano AAA. I want to get your guys. We watched it together after SNS last week. I want to get your guys' thoughts on the match. Pure cinema, man. Storytelling in professional wrestling at its finest. It shows that WWE can still tell a story. WWE still has the creative when they want to use it.
Yes.
But my question is, we know that Undertaker is booking AAA. Undertaker's calling the shot to AAA. How much longer do you guys think they can go on the main roster? Triple H can go on the main roster before his seat gets even hotter and it starts even getting louder that they want, fans to start calling for Undertaker to come book Raw and SmackDown over Triple H.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is what I'm going to tell you off the bat. That was a masterpiece of a match. The emotion, the adrenaline, the just the fire, the passion, going back, the blow for blow, back and forth, just both men in the line beating the shit out of each other.
Even the fucking entrance was pure cinema. The entrance from both men was amazing.
And at the end, with Chad Gable taking his mask off and talking and actually kind of thanking, the Mexican people. So let's put it this way: his family was in the ring, and even Stick said that he thought that he might have been going to retire the way he was acting. But I think they got big plans for Chad Gable back on the main roster when he comes back, on Raw. But you can't forget Pete Dunne produced this thing too. So Pete Dunne is another mastermind behind this fight. So you got guys that you use and they're covered up, but
it just goes to show what we've been saying for months, though, that you have to get these old heads out of here. You have to get Bruce Pritchard out of here. You have to get Michael Hayes out of here and get some of these other guys you're not using in those roles because you could have them doing masterful things on the main roster.
Look, let me tell you something. All kidding aside, do you know if you get the right people, Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, if the Creed brothers will come back and they're no longer Bruno and freaking what was it? Bruno and Marco. What are the names? Their names. Put them. The Creed brothers. You got the freaking a great tag team right there. You got Chad Gable. Chad Gable could be. He may not be a world champion, but a mid card. He would definitely be fire. There's your next Kurt Angle. That's your new generation Kurt Angle.
They need. Gable is fantastic. They need to put him in the IC title picture right now. He should be fighting for that title in Minneapolis at SummerSlam. But let me ask you this now. WWE has this thing where they don't like to acknowledge what's happening in AAA. Because remember, there's a stipulation that Gable and Kaiser could not touch each other in AAA. So they had them wrestling on Raw. Do you see a scenario with how many people are talking about this match? So much so that they put it on and re-aired it after Monday Night Raw.
Yes, that's how good it was.
How do you think WWE puts the mask back on Chad Gable and says, let's run it back on the main roster and act like whatever happened in AAA doesn't happen, and they try to recreate and recapture Magic in a Bottle twice by doing this on the main roster?
Nah, listen, you have Kaiser as a Grande Americano. You leave that going. You leave that riding. He's going to win the belt off of Dirty Dom and take the championship of Dirty Dom. That's the big thing in September when we have that 2-night extravaganza. That's going to happen.
Mania.
Yeah, we're going to have that happen, and Rey Mysterio is going to book that match, and that's where you have Dirty Dom losing the belt. Hey, listen, there's a lot of unhappiness in the main roster now with Dirty Dom and Liv because the unusing of them, which makes no friggin' sense at all. Dirty Dom should be in the picture 100%. Liv should be fighting whatever women are back there, not the whole saver for Stephanie Vakir, which is BS. But anyway, Dirty Dom, listen, if you're going to use him on AAA because you're freaking not using him. He's just coming out as a freaking goddamn distraction with the women on Judgment Day, which is BS. So I think the crowd backing that this match was fantastic, and the praises that they were getting, I think the big wigs over there in TKO are freaking probably saying, you know what? Change has to come. We need some new blood. And Triple H does have to watch out. You know, you know what? Okay, aside. You know what? I'm not going to blame Triple H on a lot of the other things because his hands are tied because TKO is laying down the law. They're the final say on what happens. Just let this man, right? Come on. He gave you Black and Gold NXT, which was fucking one of the best things that was rocking.
Yeah,
so
listen,
we know he can work.
I know TKO is making the final shot, but don't you think they put him in there and have him in there to be able to make that product productable? I mean, if you got a product that's not generating a fan base and your fans are walking away or turning off the channel because you're making slop every week, and every once in a while you get a great match or a great show, it's got to fall down to Triple H a little bit because he's the one that's got to push that show. He's the one that's got to generate that show. TKO, they're the money behind the show. They don't have any knowledge of how to do for wrestling. Yeah. They can UFC and other fight that they may know. Wrestling is new to them.
See, that's the thing. It reminds me of Lucasfilm and Disney. Oh, Star Wars. Put the name Star Wars on it, and it will sell. No, it won't. No story. The same thing with wrestling. Let's put the WWE banner on this. Here you go. No, give us compelling story. The freaking goddamn mask versus match, a mask match. That was one of the best matches that I've seen in a very, very long time.
Very long time. And how long did that take to even come about? It took them months and months and months to build up with how you do your story. Problem is, and we've been saying it for the last year.
Long-term storytelling
for the last year.
Long-term storytelling and the climax. Boom. Impact. We felt that. We felt the passion for Kaiser. We felt the passion for Gable. Gable took his family out. Family was in the friggin' ring. And what made me laugh was that I was getting flashbacks to the movie Mendazzle when friggin' he was standing there, the thing, sweat, the blood was dripping down. Remember the scene where Brandon Fraser was the basketball player and he's talking and he's just dripping his sweat?
It's just coming down buckets. Yeah.
But it worked. It worked. Yeah. Both guys put their bodies on the line to make one of the most exciting matches in a long time.
Yeah, I will say that it was said on the show or on Raw, that match, instant classic, instant
5 stars. Everyone's giving 5 stars.
Absolutely 5 stars, because you came out of that, and I said that to Dom, as I'm watching it, and he's going through his speech, and his family starts coming into the ring, and he starts getting. You can see he's getting emotional. I'm thinking he's going to retire after this. This is it. This is it.
I think it said he's done in Mexico. I think his run.
No. I know, but
that's what that was.
The energy I was getting.
Yeah. But you felt for it. You felt for it.
I got in hook, line, and sinker with that.
And and like I said, remember I was always be the original Americano, and he gave him the thing. Let's put it this way. If it wasn't, now let me ask you a question, guys. If Chad Gable didn't get hurt, do we have this mask versus mask match?
Absolutely not.
Because Kaiser wouldn't be.
Not.
Because remember I said Kaiser should be a Grande Americano because he was there, and then the next day he comes out as Americano.
They would have never used another El Grande Americano. To be honest with you, I think this match could have even been better, but WWE spoiled it. And just goes to show that they don't give a shit about what happens in AAA. They spoiled it by announcing Chad Gable's coming back to Monday Night Raw. So you already knew, not that him being El Grande Americano wasn't the worst kept secret in professional wrestling, but they were kind of ruined that who was going to win that match by announcing that Gable was coming back. But at some point, it didn't matter because they were able to transcend that, and from the entrances of both men to starting that match with a guitar shot, to ripping the masks, to just all the pageantry, the storytelling in the ring, the emotion Gable had, bringing in Kaiser's girlfriend,
that was great.
Bringing in the blind comedian, bringing in everybody that was involved over the last however months into this feud at the end to finish it. And Gable sitting there bleeding, and him not wiping the blood, him kind of moving it around, not to rub it in, but to just kind of acknowledge the crowd and thank the people of Mexico, thank Lucha Libre, and have a new appreciation for it. And I think it gave a lot of people maybe who weren't, and it put a spotlight on AAA that I think was really needed, that it hasn't been there for a while. A lot of people knew about AAA because of Triple Mania being on people streaming it on Twitch and things like that. But it just never really got, even in the States, you haven't really heard much about it until more recently, unless you were really ears to the ground, underground professional wrestling and familiar with what was going on. Because you hear more about what happens in Japan than you do what happens in Mexico when it comes to professional wrestling. So I don't know. All in all, I think it goes to show that WWE Creative still sucks, especially since they came out this week and announced that they had no plans for Liv Morgan because their plans were involving Stephanie Vakir. And since Stephanie Vakir got hurt, they're not moving on. They're just shelving Liv Morgan.
Makes no
Y'all
sense.
Started watching professional wrestling. It sounds like, nah, man. We've been watching it for lots of years, my friend. Lots of years. But all right. That's it for the shoot.
Professional wrestling. I've been watching professional wrestling since I was in diapers, man.
Yeah. Now we're going to get into our top rope takes. This is where we have 5 topics, 2 minutes apiece to talk about them. And we're going to start off tonight with Nick Khan because he's kind of been on the hot seat the last couple of days for an interview that actually came out that was conducted back in February or March, somewhere around there, or even April. And it's just now coming out. But he was questioned about WWE changing its WrestleMania 40 creative plans. And he came out and said that, no, we don't change plans. We never changed the plans. Those plans went off as they were supposed to, even though The Rock came back. It was Cody Rhodes was always going to be in that championship match. It went off exactly how it was, and that they don't care about social media criticisms and what social media has to say about the WWE product. 2 minutes on the clock, boys. Do we buy what Nick Khan is selling us? Go.
Negative. Nick Khan, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
I don't buy the first half, and as far as him not caring about social media, that is whatever it is. I mean, you don't. We say it all the time. We're the talking heads on here. If they don't want to listen to us, they don't have to listen to us. That's fine. We're just here to express our opinions and show our love for the pro wrestling that we're getting. If you think you want to tell me that everything went off as planned, man, I got a bridge in Brooklyn. I'll sell you, because that's a falsity right there.
Hey, look, here's a guy who wants to be on TV, who was saying that possibility he wants to make appearances on TV and a couple of shows, so show his face. No, stay in the back. Stay in the back. We don't want to, we don't care what. Listen, you came out with the statement. The fans don't dictate what we do. But if you listen to the fans, we have a much better product on what's going on. It's unfortunate that you guys went.
Well, you can't listen to them always because the fans are fickle idiots.
I know the fans are fickle, but I'm just saying. But when all the other shit was going down, there was a lot of things like you're releasing people that were fan favorites. People liked. And it's like, I know you have to make budget cuts. I know there's all these budget cuts that you have to save money. But when you have these top dudes pocketing money and getting huge raises, and you're releasing the talent that actually draws the fans in, it makes no sense. Nick Khan, they sit there and they watch the shows. They watch all the reports, all the podcasts. Come on. They'd be stupid not to. And
I'm sure they have someone doing it.
Because think about it.
Maybe not that.
The other podcasts probably, they probably hear the same thing in other podcasts. When we talk about, they talk about another stuff. And it's a constant. They're probably saying, all right, so this is what wasn't well received, this situation, because I watched 5 different podcasts and they mentioned the same thing, type of thing. They keep an eye on the criticism. Criticism hurts.
You have to.
And
you have to.
You have to pay attention to the criticism, because it's part of the criticism. You want to know what your brand is bringing, and if you don't bring stuff that actually appeals to fans, they're gonna freaking goddamn they're gonna freaking dislike it.
Well,
it's like the thumbs up and down on freaking on Instagram. It's social media.
Yeah. You got to remember who your product was for. It's not just for you because you're making it. It's for the people you're showing it to too.
Look, nothing is guaranteed.
They're the ones going to call you out. They call you out.
Look, like Bristol, right? Bristol, right? 1978. You're going to the Middle East, right? All right, fine. You show us tickets. Who in the United States is definitely going to go there? That's
green shirt guy.
Green shirt guy, and the other guy.
He works for the company. He's a company man.
He gets paid because he's a fucking plant from them the day he goes to the shows. But think about this. You want to have Night of Champions. You see the conflict that's going on in the Middle East right now. You're greedy for friggin' money. You can't say, what? Until things are solved, man. We're not coming back here. But it's the money. They don't give a shit about things. They want the money. Have Night of Champions in the United States. I'm saying, look, you can't. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's the understandable. That's the unpredictable thing about things. But putting yourself in harm's way, going to the Middle East right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking money, but be smart about the things you're doing. You want the money. Think about your fans. Are they going to be safe? Are they going to want to go over to where it is, or are you going to get another 11 p.m. Saudi crowd that shows up at 1 a.m.
because people show up late
for the time difference
to the shows. But
anyway, Nick Khan, I'm going to tell you, professional wrestling fans are smart. You're not going to sit here and blow smoke up our ass. We all watched it play out. We all know that you brought The Rock in to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. The fans didn't like it. We want Cody Chance started, and you were all forced to change it. I don't know if The Rock said, listen, we need to change this. We shouldn't be doing this. Something. You listen to the fans. I think Dom and Sticks are right. You personally may not sit there and watch social media, but I'm sure Triple H has burner accounts. I'm sure his kids tell him things that they see on TikTok. I'm sure that WWE employs somebody who has multiple accounts that watch shows.
They have to have a whole social media division.
Yeah, that watch show. Well, of course they do, but that watch shows. that watch and subscribe to all the newsletters and watch all the leakers and the dirt sheet people like Sean Ross Sapp and all these people online and hear what they're saying, you know what's being said. If you didn't, why the fuck is our truth back?
Right.
Plain and simple. You know, why are you muting crowds that are chanting for Kyrie Sane? You hear it, you know it's happening. You can sit here and turn a blind eye to it. And as long as you're making millions of dollars and people are paying these high ticket prices and you that's all you care about is your bottom line. You don't care about your product. He even says, you know, as long as our merch is selling and our tickets are selling and, you know, the ratings are good and the product is good, we're just going to keep doing what we do. Well, I guess that tells you as a fan where you need to go if you want to, and what you want to do if you want to see some change, because we know they're going to build one way or another towards Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 43 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And I'm here to tell you, AAA being 2 nights in 2 different countries, they are absolutely testing the waters to have a 2-night WrestleMania next year. One in Mexico, no, one in Saudi Arabia, and one in probably Las Vegas again.
Nope.
Oh.
They are 100% testing the waters to see how a 2-night event in 2 different countries comes off. And they're going to use AAA to do it.
Yep.
If they get it off, I guarantee you they will send half the roster to Riyadh and the other half will go to probably Vegas or something like that for a 2-night WrestleMania in 2 different countries. And they're gonna promote it like that. WrestleMania for the first time ever, the biggest spectacle in sport, the showcase of immortals in 2 countries. It's gonna happen. I can almost taste it.
Exactly. How do you taste buds?
The only people they really listen to on fans is on Brock and Roman. Yep. But especially if Tony Khan comes out and says, hey, we're going to try and put something on that weekend, because there's been a lot of people questioning whether Tony Khan's going to step up and put something on WrestleMania weekend here in the States, because not only WWE, but a lot of these other independent showcases, wrestling companies make big money that weekend. They all come to Vegas and they all put on shows that weekend. House of Glory does it. They have WrestleCon that same weekend in the same city that WrestleMania is in. So by going to Riyadh, WWE is fucking over a lot of people. So like I said, I would not be surprised if they come out and say 2-night WrestleMania, 2 different countries. Let's do it. So
look,
who knows?
Because I know they get one big paycheck, from Saudi Arabia, from the Saudis, and they're running with that. So that money makes up for the money that they're going to lose from all the things that they do here in the States. And that's the bottom line with that. It's just, come on. Nick Khan, you got to do better, man. You got to do better.
Brandon says, I will probably say this, Nick Khan, why can't you do both? Care about the fans and the money. Do that and you're cooking. Yeah, absolutely. You would think that would be the case. But all they see is their almighty bottom line, and that's all they care about. All right, moving on. Comedian and SNL regular, host of Weekend Update, Michael Che, says he would love to write for WWE. Do you think Michael Che would make a good addition to the WWE creative team? And would you like to see them employing more outside, maybe comedians, things like that, to kind of freshen up the product?
Well, you know what? Right now, I think anything would be a better fit for creative. Comedians can write some good stuff sometimes. Come on, you had Freddie Prinze Jr. write for friggin' WWE for a while. He did a pretty good job. It's just fresh blood, different ideas, different angles. Even if you're a comedian, you can probably come up with some good storylines. Look at the comedians that are doing movies, writing movies and stuff like that. What's the name? Enter the Spider-Verse. They friggin' the ones that produced it. They did the Han Solo movie. The guys from what's the two comedians? The ones the comic writers.
Oh, Daffer Brothers or
no, not Daffer Brothers. I don't
know.
But they produced Enter the Spider-Verse. But anyway, they got fired from the solo project on Star Wars. But yeah, you know what? Give it a shot. I didn't think it'd be better than the crap we're getting now. You know, and this could actually open the doors to get rid of the old fogies that are in the back that don't know what the hell they're doing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm welcome to anything they're gonna try. Bring fresh people in. I think at least segments will be funnier. We kind of got to get back to the gimmicky stuff a little bit. Like, you know, I understand that they're trying with Danhausen, but we got to kind of get back to some of the fun gimmicky matches. Like I said,
goddamn badass Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo when they did they were the gay
like I said, like we haven't seen. When was the last time we saw a lumberjack match?
Yeah.
How many times are we just going to give a glorified street fight a different name? Tribal combat. Like I think I said on Sunday, I think tribal combat should be that, but also you should have the Samoans surrounding the ring. Like the bloodline members should be around the ring as lumberjacks. So it should be like a mixture of them. It should be a hardcore match or a street fight with that lumberjack aspect. Kind of give it a different feel. Like when we haven't, since the Great Khali left, we haven't had a Punjabi pit match in you know, years. So I don't know. I think whatever fresh blood you can get in here to kind of start creative is good. What do you think, Sticks?
I think you need to open your doors to new pitches from people. It doesn't matter if it's a comedian, you know, it doesn't matter who it is. Open yourself to get some pitches and have people write for you and see what they've got. You know, worst thing you say is no.
Right.
You know, what I've always been told. The worst thing you can be told is no.
Well, WWE will tell them no and then turn around and do their idea anyways.
Turn around and take
like,
it.
Oh, I thought this. Triple H will be like, I thought about this while taking a shit last night. We should do this.
Maybe. Yeah. So, I'm all right with it. I mean, again, you need something. Some of what you're getting now, it just isn't working.
Yeah, because I mean, I've heard that about Stephanie McMahon, that there was people that would pitch creative to her, and she would flat out say no, and then she would turn around and act like it was her idea and pitch it.
That happens all the time, though.
That goes over. So what are you gonna do? But all right. Next up, WWE. A lot of fans. The IWC is loud on this one. We saw Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi go to the limit on Sunday, with Brock Lesnar beating Oba Femi. The IWC is crying foul. They're burying Oba Femi. They're burying Oba Femi. Boys, 2 minutes on the clock. Does Oba Femi's loss to Brock Lesnar mean that WWE is burying him?
No. No, flat out no. Well, if anything, it's building up more for them and Brock. It's not burying him at all. Plus, they put him in they just put him in that the tournament there, and if he doesn't win that tournament, that's going to be part of the build.
That was kind of a cool tournament too. You know, the 4-way. Freaking, you know, it's just I like the matchups.
I like 4-ways. Okay.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love a good 4-way?
Exactly.
I think it did the opposite. Honestly, we saw Oba Femi in the 4-way for King of the Ring Monday night, and when he beat Brock in such a dominant fashion at WrestleMania, it put him in this box, in that kind of that same box. If you noticed anything about what happened Sunday, is with Gunther and Oba both losing, they essentially took them from being unbeatable and where they couldn't use them to now making it to where their win-loss doesn't matter. They can take a pin and still look strong. They can book them however they want now. So Oba losing to Brock in the way he did does not bury Oba. It frees him up to not have to do this stupid Oba Femi Open Challenge. You can now essentially go out there and have him compete against whoever he wants and whoever you want him to, and have matches go any which way you want him to go, because he doesn't have that. He doesn't carry that Goldberg-esque mystique anymore. Same with Gunther. Like I said, him losing to Cody Rhodes, it was in a janky way, a controversial way, but it also gets rid of that career killer gimmick, and you can bring it out like Randy Orton does with the legend killer stuff. You can bring it out later if one of these superstars comes and says that they're ready to retire or whatever, but he can't carry that persona forever because then the guy would never lose again.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? Like,
and you're only limited in how many people are going to retire at a time.
Yes, sir, Brandon. That's where I'm going with it. Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi, last man standing at SummerSlam. And like JD said, and like Dom regurgitated earlier, Oba Femi is probably going to make it to the final round of the Open Challenge, and I don't think he's going to lose to Seth. I think he'll mix it to him versus Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker is going to beat him. And I think the finals are going to be Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins for King of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. That's where I'm going.
Well, you know what? Could be, no, you're right. But I'm just thinking the fact is that Oba Femi looks indestructible. Like, he's the favorite. Like, they're saying now that Seth is the favorite to win, but Oba Femi gets to that certain point, and he just called out at the Monday night. He called out Brock Lesnar. He called him, we're 1-1 down the road. You're down the road with me. And Brock Lesnar, he doesn't like, when you talk shit, he's going to come out there.
But Brock talks shit to him first. He just regurgitated the same shit Brock said to him after Sunday. Brock said 1 + 1, bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, we're going to see down the road. So, maybe it definitely turns out to be a three-way. Maybe it turns out to be the last. I know it's supposed to be like the last two, but maybe somehow Braun Breaker gets in it. But I think we're going to move past that. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot more stuff that's happening. I told you that, that there was a rumor floating around that Cody was going to have a feud with the Vision for a short time. Braun Breaker and stuff like that. But it might have changed because of Logan Paul getting hurt. But it's unfortunate. LA Knight's not when LA Knight's going to lose. He's involved with the bloodline situation right now, so that's going to come back to slap him. But I really think that none of them losing tarnishes them.
No,
they lose, they become mortal. They become regular mortal. And listen, and you're going to want to see the matchup between Oba Femi and friggin' Gunther down the road. And when that comes in, that's going to be an anticipation match. It's going to be a match of my first time ever at the meet up.
It doesn't just make them mortal. It makes it so that, and we saw it on Monday night, effectively with Oba Femi losing on Sunday to Brock Lesnar, it opened him up to allow some of these guys to get their stuff off on him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to look unbeatable. Like Javon Evans, who's, I know won against him in NXT, but WWE doesn't look at NXT. So, you allow Javon Evans to get his stuff off. You allow Penta to get his stuff. Because I know we all scoffed at it when Penta, because when they initially pitched on the post show that it was going to be Oba Femi versus Penta in round 1, we were like, dude, Penta's going to get killed.
Yeah.
So they made it a fatal 4-way to kind of even it up. And it was like, all right, that's a little bit better. But you got to see Penta get his stuff off. You got to see Javon Evans get his stuff off. People got their stuff off on Oba Femi, and him and Tala Tonga, mixing it up was fun.
That was cool. And listen, to see Solo Sikoa and all that stuff, and that was actually really cool. All that stuff happening. He kicked him over the freaking over the wall, and he gets back up. He stands. It was good shit. And Oba Femi went in a destroyed house. He freaking destroyed Carmella Hayes. It's just the speculation is fun. This is what makes wrestling fun.
You got him there for.
Wrestling.
He is alive. He's not. Bristol's not wrong. I don't think WWE is going to put.
He's not wrong, but
Braun Breaker in the main event because he gets hurt every couple of weeks. He's becoming a liability. But their ultimate end goal is they want Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was their original match for WrestleMania. That couldn't happen because Seth got hurt. So now they're going to try to do it at SummerSlam. And that's what we're going to work for. I really think that we're going to see CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. And they're going to take that belt off Cody Rhodes and put that belt on Punk. And we're going to see we're going to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is going to take that belt off of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and another thing too is that Roman Reigns has never beaten Seth Rollins. I don't know. He might beat Seth Rollins now. They might make him lose.
Right.
So we're going to see. The same thing with Rhea Ripley that losing to Io Sky, hasn't beaten Io Sky. It's going to come to a match. I think Io Sky is going to work her way up and might have the opportunity to face Rhea Ripley for that belt. So I don't know.
Agreed.
Look, let me tell you something. Wrestling, win or lose, man, it's just cool, to see them. The losses, like you said, those losses open up doors for matches that we don't want to see. And like these Fatal 4 matches that they're having is kind of interesting. Like I said, Friday Night SmackDown, you're going to have Seth Rollins, Ricky Saints, Tonga, and friggin' Javon Evans fighting. That's going to be an interesting damn dynamic there.
Yeah. You
got the 7-footer. You got Ricky Saints. This might make Ricky Saints shine. This is probably his shining moment.
It's his time. He's got to pull something out in his match.
Exactly. He may not. He definitely is not going to win the match. But the fact is, to see him go up against Seth Rollins, put him in there with Seth Rollins. That's Seth Rollins, Javon Evans. That's an awesome friggin' chemistry right there. So I like the way this King and Queen of the Ring tournament is transpiring, and the matches they're making. It's not the same old friggin' first rounds and this and that. They're putting new elements in it, which is really cool. But no, it didn't bury Oba Femi at all. I think Oba Femi is always going to be that wild card where that he's a beast. He's going to fight, but you make it the fact that he's not indestructible. He can lose.
Yeah, anybody can lose. It's just how you lose.
Exactly.
That defines it. A loss to Brock Lesnar does not make him weak, and it doesn't mean he's been buried. No. People just need to calm the fuck down and enjoy the ride when it comes to Oba Femi, because he's still very, very young. All right. Yeah. Moving on. Mike Santana. WWE is potentially going to take in Mike Santana as rumors are swirling that his TNA contract is up in July. Boys, do you think there's any smoke or any flames to the smoke of Mike Santana potentially jumping ship to WWE? Do you think WWE is interested in Mike Santana, and where do we see him going? Does he go to NXT, or does he come right to Friday Night SmackDown?
I actually think he might come right this Friday Night SmackDown if they get him. Yeah. He's definitely a good wrestler. Brings some more dramatics to the roster, and I think SmackDown needs these type of wrestlers. What he brings to the table. So I think if he does get signed, goes right to SmackDown to the main roster. You know what it is? I like Monroe and all these other guys, girls that went down to NXT. Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, all went down there to NXT to learn the WWE ways. That's the only way he might go down there for a little short time. Like Evil too. It's like he's taking some time in NXT to learn more of what the style of WWE is. They become more comfortable.
I think there's a little more with Evil. I think Evil also needs to learn more of the language and the.
Well, I mean, there's a big difference between the Japanese strong style versus the WWE style, and he's got to learn that. So it makes sense for Evil. I think Mike Santana being in AEW, being in TNA, being around the indies in the States the way he has, I think he'll be comfortable with the WWE system. He'll make that transition well. Absolutely. He'll come right to the main roster. I don't think he's going to go to NXT. I think he comes right to the main roster, and he's going to make a splash, and he's going to be a surprise, and it's going to be a good thing for WWE. It gives him another face in the main event picture to kind of change things up, so we don't just keep seeing the Cody Rhodes, the CM Punks, the Drew McIntyres, the Roman Reigns, the Seth Rollins,
the Joe Hendrys of the world that came from TNA, and then you might get Slater. Slater might come.
Heath,
down the road too. Depending on if AEW doesn't sweep him up, get him, because they're interested in him too. So we'll see. Like I said, WWE had what's crazy? All the freaking wrestlers that they let go, they have salary cap room to get these wrestlers. Like, look, Enzo and the freaking Big Cass, apparently they signed. They're
Cass's contract, Big Bill, I don't think his deal's up yet, but Enzo has been seen at the Performance Center. It has been confirmed that Enzo was doing stuff with WWE, and he's going to go to NXT. That's where is
wait
being
for
connected to is NXT. So
Yeah, NXT for now, and then later on the main roster when he gets a chance. But look, there's like room to grow. I think Santana is a good wrestler. You know, his type of wrestling style is definitely good for the WWE.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens, because I know that AEW is definitely interested too as well. Well, AEW is looking to pick up as many wrestlers as they possibly can to build their brand.
I don't know if they're that interested in Mike Santana, because they had him back when he was what was his tag team? God damn it.
Low something, wasn't it?
That wasn't LAX, was
No.
it? It was
something
when
like
when he was Santana, or it was with Ortiz, the Proud and Powerful.
Something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So
I remember that.
They had him there when he was already in AEW, and they didn't seem too keen to re-sign him, and that's why he went to TNA anyways. But because I guess him and Ortiz had a kind of a falling out, and so he went on to do singles stuff. So, they were LAX as well. So I see him going to WWE, man. That's where he wants to be. He said that WWE was the dream. That's where he wants to be. Anybody who's in this business to make money, WWE is the place to go.
That's the top of the dream. I'll make mine quick. I agree with both of you. Santana is seasoned enough that he doesn't. I think he should be able to leapfrog NXT. The other thing I'll say is that even if AEW were interested, it kind of boils down to the thing that we saw with like Cody. Cody left, went to the Indies, came back to WWE, hotter than ever. You know, so maybe that's kind of the same swirl you get from him. Yeah, he left AEW. They didn't really think he was anything. Goes off, does something better. Maybe they'll try and bring him back to think he's in a better spot than when they had him last.
Cody had no choice though, because he couldn't fight.
No,
for
Cody
the
didn't have a choice.
World Championship anymore. Like he made that stipulation with MJF where he lost and he couldn't challenge for that title, so he was kind of pigeonholed. So he had no, walk away.
I get it.
I mean, I guess ultimately they could have gotten around that if they really wanted to, but that's just how the cookie crumbled with Cody and AEW there. All right. Our next story and final story on our top rope takes. Mick Foley will wrestle in AEW. It was just announced today that he said he feels like he's got one more match in him. They aren't talking about who it's going to be with. All signs are pointing to MJF and him and MJF having a program together. Boys, 60 years old. He says he's lost 100 pounds and his body feels better than ever. Yeah, he said his body feels better than ever. 2 minutes on the clock. Boys, do we want to see Mick Foley wrestle again in AEW at 60 years old?
Nope. I'm going to be honest with you. He's banged up, man. He's really banged up. Those chair shots over the years that he's got, he's scrapped. 60 years old, he looks older than 60. That's the sad thing. I don't know, man. It's like, look, at one time Ric Flair wanted to freaking goddamn wrestling. There is a dude that's like 90, it's like 75 years old, 80 years old that's wrestling still. But I don't know.
It's all in what you do. It's all in how you do
what? It'll probably go big with the crowd. The crowd will probably love it.
Absolutely.
They would, but at the same time, my thought process is, dude, you're a hardcore legend. You already gave your teeth. You already gave your ear to the business. How much more can you give? He's like, well, as long as I can guarantee that I don't have any headshots or anything like that, then I'm all for it. I get that your body feels great. As somebody who just recently lost 200 pounds, your body feels amazing. I feel amazing. But can you go out there and wrestle another match?
Yeah, you're right.
The giant question.
I think Bristol's right. 15 when he was TNA champ 15 years ago, he was horrible.
Yes. He was never really the best worker. He's got a few 5-star matches under his belt. Yes.
What the people that he worked with
really like that
better
hard work
than what it was. So I don't know. You know what? Mick Foley is a legend in the wrestling world, and they love him, and they're definitely they'll go to battle with him You know, if he wants to step in the ring again, you know what? Why not? If he's definitely in good shape, and
Why not? Because he's 60 years old, and you don't want to embarrass yourself.
you know what? Listen,
I don't know. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll jump in real quick. I watched Mick do a quick match in OVW not too long ago, where he did like three or four little quick matches. If it's something that to his speed, I think it'll be fine. Don't go in expecting him to be jumping off cages, and don't look at that Mick. Don't think that you're going to get that Mick, because you're not. You're going to get something that's short, sweet, and that's it. You're not going to get any kind of probably more than a 10 or 15 minute thing, including entrance.
I mean, if you have him do a run-in or something, or him and MJF have like an impromptu segment where he gets physical, fine. But an entire match, I don't necessarily know that I want to see that. I mean, I think him and MJF will be good, but how much of a match can the 60-year-old Mick Foley really pull off? When you lose a lot of weight, yeah, your body feels good, but is it wrestling match good?
Right, but don't look at it like, hey, he's gonna go. Don't think he's gonna win. Don't think he's going in there to win.
No. But
if anything, he's trying.
You also don't want to go there and embarrass yourself.
Well, I mean, hold on to that thought, because you're going in. You're going in to push.
Well, this is Mick Foley.
MJF. You're going in to push MJF. If what bigger heel is it that you go in as MJF, beat up Mick Foley, who's the fan favorite since the Attitude Era, and how much heel shit do you get for that? How much heel cred are you getting because you
I think
that?
It got more if they would have waited for the Darby Allin championship match till now with Mick Foley there, and MJF, Mick Foley, Darby Allin being on Foley's side. I think you get a lot more heat there for that. But I don't want to.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree.
A run-in is one thing. A confrontation is one thing. Like an impromptu brawl is one thing. I don't want to see a full match. I don't want to see a full Mick Foley match. Have him be a GM. Be no full match. Have there be some kind of confrontation, something. But I don't want to see Mick Foley's 60-year-old ass in his sweatpants rolling down to the ring.
Yeah. Go onto YouTube, and you can find his matches in OVW in the last few months. He did one match as Dude Love, and one match as
he can go back to falling victim to Joey Ryan's fucking dick flip or whatever.
What?
Triple Khan says new era. I love it. I love Triple Khan. Triple Khan 6'9", fantastic. I wish I could heart your account, my friend. But yeah, you can go back to the fucking Joey Ryan dick flip or whatever and leave it at that.
This would have it's gonna be a gimmick match, a gimmicky match. That's what it's gonna be. If you think
it's gonna be a pushing match. It's to
get out there, you sell some T-shirts, and get him out there. Look, the idea of him probably being an announcer or a manager down the road, definitely after his thing, So we'll see what transpires for this. Is it a good idea? It's never a good idea when you're 60 years old to go back into the ring and try to compete with the youngins. But is it a good idea for what Tony Khan is doing with the sandbox of his action figures that he's playing with to make things interesting? And look, Edge is retiring. Edge is going to definitely retire. He's out towards the end of the year. His last match is coming up, so you get these little gimmicky matches with these legends from WWE, and you try to make a little.
See how it plays. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
Got a little bit of disagreement here between Brandon and Bristol. Bristol says Foley was horrible when he was in TNA World Champion 15 years ago. Brandon says I disagree. Mick Foley was a good TNA champion back then. And Brandon says AEW is half of what WWE is with the roster. He's like, what do you mean half? So we got some We got a little bit of debate going on here in the chat, but
All
right, that was our top rope takes. That's how we cover the news. 2 minutes, top 5 news stories. Now we're going to hand it over to the master of the dirt sheets, Dirty Dom, to tell us what are the dirt sheets and the streets talking about in professional wrestling this week. Dom, take it away, my friend.
All right, so to top it off, MJF is actually injured. Was injured. He was pulled from a show due to an injury. We don't know what the state of the injury is, but current AEW World Champion MJF injured, was pulled from this week's Beyond Wrestling show due to an injury. Beyond announced that MJF is off the show due to suffering hyperextended knee. So he had a hyperextended knee that he's out. And all kidding aside, a hyperextended knee sometimes is a son of a bitch. Because I had a hyperextended knee one time, and it's like a knee sprain. It's like
Dom gets one of those just getting off the couch.
Oh, definitely, just about to freaking just walking, turning around. So I don't think that it's going to keep him from competing in other shows, but I think take a couple of days rest, ice it, and hopefully because hyperextended knee is like a knee sprain. If you really think about it, knee sprain. Give or take. It takes a couple of days. You get it strong, and just got to stay off.
You're turning your knee in a way it shouldn't be turned.
Exactly.
So yeah.
In other news, so what people noticed on Friday Night SmackDown, Finn Balor was traded to Friday Night SmackDown. So he's past the Judgment Day, but now he's with the original members of Judgment Day, and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. So word on the street, the reason for his trade was to get like a fresh start, to go
absolutely
to SmackDown, get away from the Judgment Day, and be his own man. Because there were a time where they were saying they were going to give him a push to get back up to that championship level. So I think it's a good thing for him to have a brand new start, like new matches, if you really want, I think after him winning the Universal Champion and the first Universal Champion, the winner, and then have to give it back the next day because of a shoulder injury, I think it's time for that push, to give this man a push, to make him that championship material again, to really get him up there. He deserves it. He put his blood, sweat, and tears for the company and do all these things. And I still think that the storyline that they missed out on when Seth Rollins went down with the shoulder injury, you could have had Finn Balor saying, "How does it feel? How does it feel losing your championship, injuring yourself?" That would have been perfect. You would have had Finn Balor more of that situation. But I think it's a good idea that he's on SmackDown. What do you guys think?
I agree. It opens up so much for Finn Balor. It opens up Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn, Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, Finn Balor versus Axiom, Finn Balor versus Carmelo Hayes, Finn Balor versus Trick Williams. It opens up versus Ricky Saints. It opens up so much more for Finn Balor, and it instantly elevates SmackDown to where they could potentially, if creative can get their heads out of their asses, put together a decent match card and a decent show. I really think that it was to refresh, but I'm hearing that Jacob Fatu was the compensation since Jacob's on Raw now.
Yep.
And Balor was moved to SmackDown.
Yep, I think that's the who he was traded to SmackDown Raw. Jacob Fatu. Definitely.
But I think the Bloodline are going to be going between shows.
Yes.
Too.
Mm-hmm. The Bloodline's going between shows because they're going to have Solo Sikoa is going to all be integrated. That whole the whole friggin' the blood
revolving door for him.
Yeah. All right. Get your take. I'm gonna give you a list of 10 wrestlers. Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna name them down this and that. Them being the worst WWD debut in history. Like them showing up their worst. They debuted and they're the worst wrestlers.
Shit, you're gonna ask me to pull into my shit ass memory to.
No. But I'm not going to shit at memory because the top one, I remember it like it was like not yesterday, but about a week ago. But it's funny. All right, so number 10 in 2002, Batista. His debut, when he came up, was one of the worst debuts in history. when he came.
Are we
up.
talking before Evolution Batista?
Yeah, before Evolution Batista. When he was the sidekick to he was a preacher Batista. He walked around.
Oh yeah, the preacher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now yeah. Oh god, that was bad.
So Tonga Loga, 2024 when he came up.
Dude, that whole thing was fucking terrible when he's uppercutting his own brother in the head.
Number 8, The Big Show in 1999.
Oh, he did. That was when he threw Stone Cold through the cage, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that was bad at all. I like.
But then guess who's next? Number 7, Stone Cold Steve Austin in 1996. I
think. Okay.
So
he came up as Stunning Steve first, and then
remember he was with
he wasn't Stone Cold then.
He was Stunning
Steve
Steve
he was the
Austin.
Hollywood Blondes.
Yep.
He looked like Michael Bolton when he had the long blonde hair, which was kind of funny.
He did look like he did.
Michael Bolton.
He did.
All right, so Lord Tensai.
Lord Tensai?
Tensai.
AKA Prince Albert?
Yeah. Prince Albert, yep.
I don't remember that one.
Number 5, Isaac Valcom in 1995.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who it is. I did see. So, wait, listen. Number 4, The Rock in 1996.
Survivor Series.
Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
Rocky Maivia.
With the blue tangles on.
Was the manager. She was there and she was liking Rocky Maivia when he came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, number 3. Well, number 3. I can tell you about number 3 because number 3 is the one that was saying that I can remember yesterday. And I'm going to read it out. His debut, Sami Zayn, in 2015. So here you go. Sami Zayn made his WWE debut Monday Night Raw by answering the John Cena U.S. Title Open Challenge. Right? He received one of the loudest crowd reactions in WWE debut back in 2015 at his hometown in Montreal, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Sami Zayn famously dislocated his left shoulder wide, trying to pump up the crowd even before the debut match started. After getting carried away at the start, he fought the entire match with John Cena with an injured shoulder.
I still don't think that beats McMahon blowing out both his quads sliding into the ring.
I know, yeah, I know. But he's not a wrestler, man. He just
sitting there.
He ran in there and he freaking was laying there. That was the funniest thing.
I know he's not a wrestler, but how do you blow out both your quads just sliding into the ring like it?
You're like,
so number 2. Who do you think number 2 is?
I have no
First
clue.
debut, yeah.
Danhausen.
Oof. Yeah, that
When he
wasn't
came
great.
out the debut.
But again, I blame us for that. I blame the IWC for that because we hyped it up to being Chris Jericho, to being something else, and just there was weeks of what's in the box, what's in the box, and then when it was Danhausen, everyone was like, oh, it was just so.
Danhausen was not on the radar for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now where he's at, like I think that speaks volumes, but I just think that that whole debut was a 100% the fault of the fans.
Yeah, it was the anticipation on that. Number 1, Sin Cara.
Ooh.
In 2011.
And I'll tell you, I was a massive Sin Cara fan when he first came to WWE. Massive Sin Cara.
That's crazy.
I have his mask somewhere.
The worst debuts in history.
Yeah, but then there was something where he got shit canned and sent packing, and they had somebody else. Sin Cara mask, yeah. And now Sin Cara is in AEW as fuck, I can't.
Mascara.
No.
Yeah.
I had one more thing for the Dirty Dom sheets. Oh, so remember I think we talked about it last week about the Miz might be leaving. So the Miz was leaving and he was going to leave, but now they have like a updated thing that he was never going to leave. He has a good
Mystico is who he is now.
Oh, Mystico.
Yeah, Mystico. Remember they had the Sin Cara mask versus mask with Sin Cara. They held the Sin Caras.
Yeah.
So
versus Cara.
So the Miz, there was like rumors swirling that the Miz was going to leave, and all these things, and he was unhappy of his direction. But meanwhile, there's an update on it saying that was never the case. He has a good relationship with WWE. Because I know he wants to do other things. I think that his wrestling time is going to diminish. He's not going to really wrestle a lot. He's not wrestling a lot as it is, only certain times. But I think that's going to even take even more of a cut. I think eventually we could get the Miz maybe commentary down the road, because he did commentary for American Gladiators, the new Gladiator show that's on that just debuted. So could be seeing him down the road as a announcer. And look, Michael Cole is getting up there in age. How did
Corey Graves is going to take over from Michael Cole?
Corey Graves is going to take over Michael Cole, definitely. But I think that there's room for other announcers.
How did Danhausen's debut make that list, but Ricky Saints' didn't? That's what I want to know.
No, I don't understand that. That's just the list that was put out now. Maybe they have a revisit list down the road. We'll definitely come back to that. But those right now, that's the Dirty Dom sheets. I know there's something else, but just can't remember. It just
was Ricky Saints' debut bad because of what happened, or because of the fans' reaction to him?
Both. Ricky botched the promo. The fan reaction wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's the way the fan reaction. I just think that the fans are definitely dictating a lot of the shit that goes on, because the fans aren't happy with a lot of the stuff that's happening. I think I think the fans are unhappy with Cody Rhodes, which is unfortunate. Cody Rhodes, good, and then you put Cody Rhodes versus and what you could have saved. You could have had Gunther come out and attack, and even though Ricky Saints lost, he lost by disqualification, not by pin, not by. So you heard him doing that, but the same thing with freaking Soruka. Yeah. She lost freaking goddamn 3 matches before she actually won the belt. And I think she'll come out with another move, because the Soul Snatcher definitely kind of accursed. He's botching that up, like Matt was saying.
Well, if you watch Jonathan Coachman's shit, he was talking about how it was pretty similar to what I was saying, that Sol Ruka having to slow down with a match with a move like the Soul Snatcher, when she has to slow down and think, she fucks up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch that match back with Becky Lynch, because I went back and I watched Clash in Italy again with Becky Lynch, there's a spot where Becky's going to go off the top rope and Soul's out of place, and Becky's screaming at her, other side, go to the other side, because she's going to drop either the leg or the elbow, and she's telling Sol Ruka to switch sides. So I really think, I love Sol Ruka, but maybe they're pushing her too fast, too hard. But at the same time, I think like the consensus I was on first is pretty much out there, that when she has to slow down and think about shit and she just doesn't naturally feel it out, that's when she fucks up.
Okay.
You can't, I mean, not everyone's going to be LA Knight, who can't even hit a 619 without looking like you're a drunk uncle stumbling out of the bar on Christmas Eve.
Damn. Unfortunate. Or freaking goddamn Brian Breaker with the Frankensteiner. Freaking jumping up and missing things and laying on his head after freaking time.
Yeah.
But,
that guy's going to really kill himself. Noggin all the time. But anything else, Dom?
No, I think that's it. I think that's the of what I have today.
Mm.
What is this? Yeah, that's what I have today.
Okay. I sent I don't know if you want to show that slide I sent you, Matt, we really quick, I wanted to maybe bring that up about Triple Mania and the ticket prices that are being rumored for Triple Mania.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
see, I'll bring it up on my sheet here.
What are you looking for?
That sheet that I sent you for Triple Mania ticket prices.
Yeah.
You want? Yeah, just bring that up real quick.
Yeah, I can bring it up. Is that all you had for the dirt sheets there, Dom?
Yeah, today, yeah.
Yep. And I'll just throw this in here as far as as a rumored item. I think that'll kind of fall into a dirt sheet segment kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
Let me
Got it?
yeah.
Okay. We'll start at the bottom, which is balcony 3, which starts at $628, which is, since it's in Vegas.
Is that dollars or is that pesos?
Well, it's in Vegas, so I guess it's going to be dollars.
Well, is this for night 1 or night 2 or overall?
I think it's overall. Because it doesn't say 1 or 2. Well, no, it does say, it says 1, 2. Well, then it says 3. So, yeah. So balcony 3, which is the nosebleeds section, $628. Your second level falls into $753. And your first level is $1,004 in the top to $1,500 in the corners, to where then you get your floor zones, which are $2,500 up until the front 2 rows, which I believe run into the $9,000 to $12,000 range for the first 2 rows.
That is freaking crazy for that. See how much money that freaking.
And then of course you got your VIP packages. Your VIP package, your ringsider package.
Come smell El Grande Americano's jockstrap for $20,545.
Yep. Your
or pesos.
VIP 2, $15,000, and your ultimate would be $20,500 for your ultimate VIP.
You get to relive the incident in the elevator. You get to get the recipient on the other side getting his ass whipped for $20,000.
Maybe for $20,000 that might be worth it, but I don't know. I ain't paying that $20,000 for no VIP spot.
You see what's going to happen? They're going to commercialize this, and they're going to do this, and look at the prices.
Yeah, these prices are astronomically insane.
That is insane, man.
If they're true, if they are true, and I'm probably going to gander, they're probably pretty close to the truth.
Because they're going to probably get a lot of WWE wrestlers to be involved in this too.
Oh yeah, especially night one.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially night 1. All right.
Yeah. What's next?
All right, now it's time for the 3 count. This is where we go back and review this last week's show, the professional wrestling. We review them by best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night. And as always, we're going to start off with last Friday's Friday Night SmackDown, coming to you live and early here in the States, but coming to you live from Barcelona, Spain.
Wait. This is at the end. I'm trying to think. Saw that, right? Yeah, definitely. I did see it. I just want to make sure. I know
SmackDown. I did not get to watch SmackDown because of the time difference.
I didn't get a chance to
Triple
watch
Khan
SmackDown.
announced that he declares that TNA has entered a new era.
Yeah, because I didn't watch SmackDown this week on Tuesday because it came on Tuesday.
No, it didn't. You're wrong.
It was supposed to, right?
No, months. It's later in the year. It comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
SmackDown will be live tomorrow night. Or, well, actually, it'll be in the afternoon here if you have a VPN, but it'll be a tape delayed again tomorrow night.
Yeah, I did not get to see SmackDown this week, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I saw the SmackDown. I saw it. That's why I refreshed my mind for a second. You know, I saw it. It was I think the match of the night, was Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints. You know, he got this double disqualification. They were both ended a double countout. I thought that was pretty good. You know, I'm happy Chelsea Green got the win over Nia Jax with the help of Tiffany Stratton. Looks like that friendship might be booming a little bit, only for Chelsea Green to stab Tiffany in the back down the road.
Yep.
Maybe. But, of course, The Miz. Why do they keep breaking up Faxium? You know,
they only did it because they were in Barcelona, Spain. That's where Axiom is from.
I know, but you know, you want to have the tag because they're an exciting tag team.
WWE doesn't give a shit about tag team wrestling.
They don't. You know, that's another thing. What do they think? You keep breaking up these wrestlers. Like the same thing with the Street Profits. You know, it's great to see you're breaking up tag teams that have been around for a while to add new players.
Yeah, they're not breaking them up.
If they gave a shit about tag team wrestling, why are your tag team champions not wrestling in a match? Why do you have Damian Priest and Royce Keys?
Because apparently R-Truth is hurt.
Well, still,
he's got apparently his shoulder. But I don't know if it's an angle because remember, didn't he have a record thing going on? A concert.
He's got a tour going on right now too.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons too. But yeah, I think what do they think with that? Because I want to see Faxium together, like as a tag team, throw them in there the bunch, and that's what I'm saying. They have to put these tag team belts together, make it one tag team championship, and all these tag teams go after it. Is that? Hey, I don't know, man. Every time I see Jay Cargill, it looks like she gets more and more ripped every time I see her.
I think the opposite. Like she was so toned, like her six pack was popping. It doesn't seem like that six pack is popping anymore.
I don't know, man. I know she looked ripped coming out fighting Alexa Bliss.
But imagine that she's getting more reps, fighting house shows, fighting on SmackDown, and look how she looked against Rhea Ripley when we talked to the Clash in Italy. Like she looked good against Rhea Ripley at Clash in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for a go-home show, if I'm being honest, SmackDown was a dud.
It was. It really was.
I liked Alexa Bliss, but that whole opening segment with Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley and Jade and all that was all just poppycock hogwash. It sucked.
You suck.
Yeah. Axiom versus The Miz would probably my best moment of the night. And again, well, what were they thinking was the whole, like, you know, Sami Zayn versus Matt. I mean, I like Sami Zayn versus Matt Carter. What were they thinking is what the fuck are they doing with Johnny Gargano? You've got one of the best wrestlers in the world, and all he's doing is laying there comatose on
the water bottles. I thought the water bottles were getting attacked again. He didn't get a chance to attack the water bottles.
No, you didn't get to see Crash Out Sammy, but they got to do something with Johnny Gargano, and I'm starting to get a feeling that we might get a tag team of Gargano and Sami Zayn, but they got to do something with Johnny, and they can't just keep having his ass laying around comatose in the backstage area, looking like Festus. You know, he's back there doing his best sticks on SNS impression, just sitting there not talking.
He's planking somewhere.
Yeah. But do we want to let's talk Clash in Italy now?
Yeah, let's get ready.
Let's do our review of Clash in Italy, and then we'll talk Monday Night Raw. But I'm going to hand it over to Styx to run through our Clash in Italy predictions and outcomes.
All right. All right, so here we go. I think I moved him around. I hope I did. Yeah, I did. First up, we had Cody Rhodes defeating Gunther. Gunther had his feet under the ropes. Thought he should have been
I think that's stupid,
not
man.
pinned.
On the ropes, not under
But
the
in
ropes.
reality, he pulls it out from under there and pins him anyway. So
Yeah, so
I don't know. It's
But
just,
the ref should have stopped the count the minute the foot was under the rope. The count shouldn't have
that's true.
started. So it is under the rope as well. What can be has to be either under or on. So the count should have never started. But yeah, I think this caught a lot of people off guard because I think the general consensus was everyone was expecting Gunther to win, and I'll say good on WWE for at least doing something predictable instead of
a big swerve.
Safe Barney and Friends Triple H over here.
Right.
I love you. You love me.
The only person to pick Cody Rhodes was Eric.
He called a flawless event, so we already know. We already know I lost the championship. Dropped it. Choke.
Eric, man. Come on.
Up next was Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Rhea Ripley defeated Cargill to retain the women's championship.
Great match. Like I said, Jade Cargill looked good against Rhea Ripley. She's definitely performing a lot. Not performing a lot. She's growing a lot as a performer. She looks really, really good. I don't have anything negative to say about her against Rhea Ripley. It was a good match.
Yeah, agreed. She pulled in a great performance. She had, as far as I'm concerned, even though Rhea kept the belt, I think she won out because of how well she did it in the match. So, if you're going performance wise, I thought her performance was a little better than Rhea's because of her build up. So, all right. And we all picked Rhea for that one. That was no brainer. So Ruka defeated Becky Lynch to become the new Intercontinental Women's Champion.
Good match.
Very good match.
Soul messing up and being out of position a couple of times. She's a rookie. She's green. I do like WWE's decision to put the Intercontinental Championship on her right now. It freed up a lot. I'm glad that I'm glad that WWE remembered that Lyra Valkyria was not allowed to challenge for that title as long as Becky Lynch was champion. So now that frees Lyra Valkyria up again, and she can be back in that picture. It just creates more intrigue in the women's mid card now versus having a bona fide star in Becky Lynch fight that mid card. It opens up for her to go potentially challenge Liv Morgan or anyone in that main title card picture. So I think Sol Ruka, you really don't have a lot. Sol Ruka's kind of that big name. You've got to build other stars that are not just Rhea Ripley. And I think they're doing that with Sol Ruka. And Sol Ruka versus Becky ended up being a good match. And congratulations to Sol for actually hitting the Soul Snatcher and not botching it. And I think hopefully this furthers that feud between Becky and Jessica Carr.
Yeah, we did get a little heat after the match where they're staring each other down, and so we'll see how that plays out a little bit further, I guess. Not quite right away.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Brock Lesnar defeated Oba Femi to make it 1-1.
Bitch. 1 + 1, bitch.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually really thinking about the fact that you're right. You're probably right with the last man standing. 7 F5s. They keep mentioning it. 7 F5s. I'm still standing. So that is last man standing match coming soon.
And, Oba, I still stand that I think that
the Conqueror,
Brock should have won with like a low blow or a steel chair or some sort of it should have made it where Oba had to push him to the limit, where Brock couldn't figure out what to do. Oba pushed him to the limit, and he had to pull out some tricks that were beneath him to beat Oba to set up and request that third match, because now being 1-1, what driving force does Oba Femi have, or Brock Lesnar have, to come back and fight Oba Femi again? Like, what is there? What's going to be there? What's going to be that story that causes Brock Lesnar to screw over Oba Femi? It's going to have to involve Paul Heyman in some way, right? Who we just saw subsequently get his ass speared through a barricade by Braun Breaker. So I don't know where they go from here to set up the third match. It's definitely going to probably be, Brock's career on the line at SummerSlam. But maybe they hold that match off until WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia, because that the Saudis love Brock Lesnar. They're going to want Brock there. I'm starting to wonder if Brock even retires in Minneapolis. So it was a good match, though. It did what it needed to do. Oba Femi came out looking like a stud. Brock Lesnar came out looking like a stud. You got that win back. It's going to set us up for Oba Brock 3 last man standing. Good all-around match, man.
Yeah, very good. Roman Reigns defeated Jacob Fatu in tribal combat, retained the championship, and retained the title of Tribal Chief.
It was a good match. Not quite as good as their first one. It was a little sloppy and a little slow and a little boring to start off with, but once they finally picked it up and kicked into that gear, it got real interesting. My thing with the Bloodline is, and Pete and I were kind of talking about it in our chat, is I'm a little over this. And I think that creatively, it would have made more sense to have Jacob beat Roman here, because essentially you have Jacob come out on Monday Night Raw and bow down to Roman as he's like some kind of Roman emperor, and like the dumbest fucking acknowledgement segment I've ever seen. So now now you see house shows and he's out there yeeting with the Usos. So it's like you took Jacob Fatu from being this absolute fucking menace, werewolf, unhinged, to a beaten dog, and now he's out here yeeting with the Usos.
Yo, dude, but I have a feeling he's gonna wind up getting the Tongas. Solo's getting kicked out, and he's gonna. I think there's a whole big story with that down the road. I think Jay is gonna be the odd man, because remember you see him. He told Jay, go win the belt, go get the belt for SmackDown. So I think he's pushing that. And then Jimmy was gonna go. He goes, no, let him do it himself. He has to do it himself. So there's some stuff. But I think that there's a big master plan. I think Roman Reigns is set to the reality setting in. He's going to end up getting cast out soon.
Well, I mean, I think it should have happened. He's already beat Jacob twice. You lost all. But
now you see when he's in Solo Sikoa, he said, "You're next." So you're next.
Yeah, I know, but they should have had Jacob beat him, and then have Jacob be the new tribal chief. And I think Roman, again, I go back to Roman having to come through to fight the odds, to fight his way back in, to where they could have done Roman Jacob 3. They could have had him in 1-1, did Roman Jacob 3 for Roman to regain the title of, the tribal chief. And you could have had Jacob Fatu rocking the Ula Falafel or whatever LA Knight calls it. And being the tribal chief and just running the show.
But I like when LA Knight messed that up and fucking Jimmy almost lost it.
They had to neuter him, man, and it sucks because they were on a roll, and Jacob was doing his thing, and then they just had to go neuter him and made him fall in line with Roman Reigns. And
we'll see. Hopefully there's a big plan behind it.
I'm just not invested in the Bloodline anymore at all, especially after you go and fire 2 of the MFTs. Jeff Cobb wasn't a member of the Bloodline, but you are going to do this whole Bloodline storyline again with the family, and you go fire 2 of Solo Sikoa's group, and you want me to care? I don't care. I don't care about this Bloodline shit. I'm not invested in this Bloodline shit anymore. It's tiring. We need to move on, and they're just hurting Jacob Fatu by making him have to acknowledge and fall in line with Roman Reigns, and now being Roman Reigns' attack dog.
Acknowledge the tribal chief.
Yeah.
We're the ones, and you are.
Yeah. So there's our
Deuces.
point spread. Matt and Dom had 40. I only had 20. Pete got
Damn,
30.
Stick, you called a terrible.
I did terrible. Dub, nothing. Didn't get any picks from him. Eric had a 50 and nothing from my friend Mr. Starks. So it
What a
leaves us
coinky
this,
What a coinky
that
dink.
their IWC off the mat PLE champion is Eric this week.
I like that you put the Jaguars Mexican luchador mask on him. Nice.
Yeah.
Old Eric, little bastard.
There you go, buddy.
Congrats,
Congratulations, Eric. Good job. It's the second time he's called it.
It is.
Flawless. He's doing good.
And Mr. Starks didn't rub your shoulders to get you to lie for him again.
Nope.
You weren't like, oh, well, he sent me his picks last minute and he called a perfect.
Nope. No picks. That's okay.
I appreciate your honesty, Sticks.
Now, Mr. Starks is busy, man. He's busy doing his writing, his comic stuff. You know?
He's busy shilling like a villain. But all right. Congratulations to Eric. He doesn't have to defend his belt again until Night of Champions. So Brandon says, still feel screwed, but I'll get there. You will get there. All right. That was not Night of Champions. That was Clash in Italy. Now we're gonna move on to reviewing Monday Night Raw for this week. Boys, how do we feel about the Raw after Clash in Italy? The fallout from Clash of Italy. What was your?
It was an upgrade. It was an upgrade. It was a good solid Raw. I enjoyed it. My best moment was Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. I like that. It was a good back and forth. Paul Heyman got speared. Great. You had Montez Ford helping out, and the chemistry between him and Seth Rollins. Like I said, either they're going to go for the tag team champions down the road, or he's going to wind up stabbing Seth in the back, whatever, won that before. But that was a good storyline. My worst moment was Io Sky pinning Julia. Come on. How are you pinning Julia in Italy in a home? Come on, really. That is, why do you do that? You know, that shouldn't have been. You should have at least made her lose by somebody else getting pinned. Why pin her?
They just do not want Julia to get any sort of traction.
No.
Zero.
I don't understand. And she's phenomenal, but it's like
I liked her new look.
Yeah, so do I. And that goes with what they're thinking in the worst moment. You don't do that. But overall the show was a solid I think the show was a solid A for me. That I actually did enjoy this Raw. It was exciting. I think the backstage segments were pretty good. It was pretty good. And I think that with this Raw, with the AAA, the mask versus mask, this Raw, hopefully this is something snowballing into something bigger. And good storytelling, good creative choices.
Right.
But that's my take on Raw.
Go ahead, Sticks. You're up next.
Listen, I enjoyed Raw. My best moment is, Heyman taking another bump through the barricade. I didn't think they would do that again, but he's willing to take a bump. Give him the bump, right? So, I wouldn't even call it my worst moment to be a worst moment, but Sol Ruka, her mic spot at the beginning, kind of rough, needs work. Well, we've said she's a rookie. She definitely needs work.
I thought somebody would come out.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not. I wouldn't call it worse, but it's a neat improvement.
You're cruel, Sticks. You're cruel.
I know. I'm horrible.
You're
a horrible human being.
No.
Sticks is toxic.
Exactly. Come on.
I don't.
How come Kit Kit Williams couldn't get to
Kit Wilson.
Wilson.
Kit Wilson.
I said Williams. Kit Wilson.
And then you wonder why people think we just started watching professional wrestling, Dom, and you can't pronounce people's names right.
Hey, I'm sorry. Kit Wilson. What do you want, man? Go ahead. And listen, you know what I mean. I'm on the right track. He got freaking. He couldn't enter. He could enter Italy because of
Too much. He didn't say Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
At least Dom doesn't say Rebel Wilson.
Kit Wilson said, "You're toxic." Yeah, I am toxic.
I'm gonna agree with Dom on my what were they thinking moment with the Julia getting pinned. I think that was kind of shoddy of them. I think they should have at least either not, even if she doesn't win, don't pin her. But who am I?
Yeah, for me, best moment of the night clearly was the main event. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, simply for the fact that we didn't have a bloodline main event. There was no Samoan in the main event.
Yeah,
Shocker.
That's true.
It was a good match. My worst moment of the night, clearly the bloodline promo at the beginning. I mean, we got 15 to 20 minutes right out the top of Raw, and nobody said or did a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And then they finally let Roman talk, and then they finally have Jacob come out, and Jacob just bow down and to Roman like he's some kind of emperor and doing the whole like hand thing. And it's like,
tribal chief.
Yeah, I mean, he's one "I love you" solo away from being right back where he was a couple of years ago.
I love you.
My what were they thinking was Julia taking that pin. Why everyone wants to see Io versus Julia. And I was like, man, I'm excited. They're teasing this. Io versus Julia. Show me something here. And all they did was show me Julia eating the pin in Italy.
Yeah.
From Io Sky. It's just like, come on. Why do we keep pushing Io Sky? Yeah, she's a great chasing the championship, but we all know, we saw it twice now. When she has the championship, her run dives. Nobody gives a shit anymore. So good. Let Julia cook. Give Julia something. Let Julia do something. Quit burying Julia. What did she do that she's getting buried? Like,
yeah, that's a good question.
It's just a shame, and you especially bury her in Italy, where you could have had her shine.
Yep.
Just was not a good showing. But all right, that's Monday Night Raw. Brandon Young gave his. He said Monday Night Raw. Best moment was Seth versus Braun Breaker. Worst moment was Roxanne Perez did not win. And what are y'all thinking moment? Ethan Page getting pinned by Rey Mysterio.
See, I'm pissed at that because Ethan Page, what's going to happen is that Ethan Page is going to fight Rey Mysterio down the road. That's going to be a match. They're going to have that. You know what sucks? Ethan Page, he's good. That tag team, the chemistry, I know you want to have Rusev involved in this, and you can have Rusev involved. But having going out as tag team and trying to fight, why is Dragon Lee all of a sudden fighting better than he ever did before?
Because they're actually giving him time to shine and cook.
I know.
They're actually showcasing him.
Yeah. But the mistreating of Ethan Page and not even have him on the freaking King of the Ring? Come on, man. The WWE is toxic.
You don't need him in the King of the Ring tournament when he's doing his thing. Just like you don't need Liv Morgan in the King of the Ring.
Yeah, that's I don't understand.
You definitely don't need Liv Morgan.
Because they save it there. There's nobody to fight. Don't bullshit. You have all those women in the back. They can fight.
All right, Sticks. Looks like you got something for the King of the Ring here. We'll go on that since we had our qualifying matches on Raw this week.
Okay. So yeah, we had Penta, Oba. I can't read the other two. It's so small.
Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes in a unannounced fatal 4-way, as far as I'm concerned, because they didn't say that on the post show. They didn't say it until the match was about to start. By the way, it's going to be a fatal 4-way.
Joe Test clearly said on the post show that it was going to be Penta versus Oba Femi 1-on-1 on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And a banger of a match, and Oba Femi moved on.
He destroyed them, but it was good to see that you had different people there, which was good.
He got knocked around a little. Like we've talked about it already. Oba got knocked around, but we knew he was gonna. We knew he was
Carmelo. fighting in this type of thing. I like when they double teamed friggin' Oba Femi, kicking him, doing the kicks, the jumps. It was really good. It was action packed. I liked it, But we all knew that friggin' Oba Femi was going to come.
We all knew who was going to come out of that one. Of course we did. Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting. I'm looking at the bottom. To have Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, friggin' Trick Williams, and Damian Priest. That's very interesting.
We all know who's winning that match, and we know who's eating the pin. Braun Breaker's winning that match, and Dominic Mysterio is going to eat the pin.
Oh, hell yeah. And Seth Rollins is winning that. And then also you're going to have, you know what? Finn Balor is going to win.
And you know what? I think that Ricky Saints is going to eat the pin in that match.
Yep.
And LA Knight's eating the pin in his match.
Yep.
Yeah, he loves eating pins.
Brandon says, let me ask you three. Who do you think wins King and Queen of the Ring and why? What matches will happen at SummerSlam in the main title picture, in your opinion? Well, I think it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns is going to win the King of the Ring. Seth's going to win King of the Ring. And we kind of already called it on Saturday that I think that they're going to try and probably, I can't even remember what we called on Sunday for that. It had something to do with Raquel.
We called it her and Liv would end up in the finals.
We're gonna go to the finals.
And that Liv Raquel would win and then face her in the SummerSlam for the title.
And get back to revenge for her getting thrown out of the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah. Which makes 100% sense, but what doesn't make sense is Liv being in the tournament. It doesn't make sense.
Let me tell you something. What's going to happen is that Raquel wins. I think Stephanie Vakir comes out and in that match between Raquel and Liv. Stephanie Vakir comes out, interferes, and Raquel gets the win over Liv in that. So then going into SummerSlam, you'll have the.
I'm gonna say that WWE is very picky lately about the matches that they have other people getting involved in.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you got to remember, we've definitely cut back on the interference. There has not been as much interference as we thought there was going to be. So,
things that make sense to us, they're just not doing, and they're playing it into a different way without being interference. So. Right, and then next would be the women's match, which we didn't really talk about. But.
Yeah, so I think Bayley, there's a lot of speculation that Bayley is leaving. Her contract is up at the end of the year. There's a lot of speculation that Bayley might be on her way out the door because she's unhappy. So I definitely think you're going to see Raquel Rodriguez winning that match. And you're probably going to see Bayley eat that pin.
Yep.
I think you'll see Liv help Raquel, or you're going to have Roxanne help Raquel beat Io. And I think you're going to get probably Liv Morgan out of that other bracket. And you're going to have, I think you're going to have Charlotte Flair win. And I think you're going to end up having Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez for Queen of the Ring.
And lose.
And Charlotte's going to lose.
Because she's going to interfere with Jade Cargill.
Because I think Lash Legend. No, yeah, I'll give you Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill interferes and takes her out. And then you're going to have Raquel Rodriguez win Queen of the Ring, and she's going to challenge Liv Morgan for the title. And that's going to be the kind of the end of Judgment Day. As that, like I said, as that payback for her tossing her out of the ring at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
Full circle, boy. Full circle.
Yep. Like you say, the writing's on the wall for Judgment Day. The girl division.
Yep.
So. That was it for Night of Champions as far as Monday Night Raw was concerned.
All right, back to the three guys. Did either of you watch NXT?
I watched a little bit of it. I saw the Tony D'Angelo fight.
I can't, dude. I am finding NXT to be unwatchable now.
Really?
NXT is boring. It's unwatchable. They have no talent that I give two shits about. I don't care about Mason Rook. I don't care about Evil. I mean, I like Tony D'Angelo. I feel like they're already shitting the bed with Lizzie Rain. Having Zarya beat Lizzie Rain by pinfall was shitty.
Yeah.
Having Tatum Paxley involved in that match was shitty.
They did. Yeah, that I did like.
I don't care about the tag teams they have. I don't care about the Speed Championship.
Don't care about Dark State.
I don't give a shit about Dark
Definitely
State.
don't care about Dark State.
Dork State. And Tony D'Angelo is really the only person there that I give two shits about, and even still, then I'm finding his angle with Mason Rook and Evil and Cam Hendrickson all just so convoluted that I just don't give a shit. I really think NXT has been unwatchable.
Yeah.
Interesting. The thing I'll ask about NXT, now we were supposed to get that Dark State match. What was all that? Now I follow it enough to know who's who, but like you get the guy, I can't even think of his name, in the stands beating up one of the Dark State guys, and then they cut to commercial, they come back and they've already got another match lined up because they're not ready to go because the guy gets injured or beaten up. It's like it was something else going on that we don't know about, and you had to cut their match short because the other guy wasn't ready in Mason Bourne, or what was going on? Miles Bourne, because something else was happening behind the scenes. We don't even see Miles Bourne. So I don't know. NXT, I don't want to say it's boring. It's uninteresting.
It's boring.
Uninteresting is the same as boring, but it's good enough that I'm still watching it. How about that? It's good enough that I'm still watching it.
Like they've officially made everybody boring. Like I don't know what they're doing with Jada Parker, but that whole thing is boring. And they're trying to push Nikita Lyons, something fierce. But man, I
think they're trying to put too much at once because they had so many people get called up. So they're trying to push them quick so they can get them over onto the fans of NXT faster.
Right now,
that's what I'm thinking.
For me, NXT is unwatchable.
Yeah.
All right.
AEW Dynamite last night. Did either of you watch Dynamite last night?
Nope, I didn't watch that.
I was watching the Knicks win.
Yep.
Come from behind, huh?
Yep.
Mercedes Moné made her return last night in the Owen Hart quarterfinal, where she beat Alex Windsor to move on via submission. I think that tells you right there who is winning the Owen on the women's side is definitely going to be Mercedes Moné. Will Ospreay had a great match against Mark Davis. So that was a bright spot. And AEW wasn't bad. There was only 6 matches. So you already had MJF defending his title for no reason, and then he gets hurt. So yeah, Dynamite was an okay show, but Mercedes Moné returning was definitely the highlight.
Okay.
All right, that's it for our 3 count this week. And now we're gonna hand it over to Styx to talk about the heat check and what's Styx hot on and what's Styx cold on this week.
So not a true heat check this week, but I do have a little segment kind of goes into it. So it's going to be just a heat, no cool. This is going to be my. I got an independent wrestling promotion of the month that I want to kind of push toward you guys a little bit. And that would be Mystery Wrestling. Mystery Wrestling you can find over on YouTube. It's a Mystery Wrestling has a lot of the AEW or House of Glory wrestlers that kind of mix in with independent Canadian wrestlers. It's a really good time. Now you can find them on YouTube. Their next show, which is a live show on YouTube, June 7th, this coming Sunday, which will be live from Gatineau, Quebec, which is just outside of Ottawa. I would tell you to go bookmark it, give it a watch. It'll only be available for a couple days on their YouTube channel. Then they put it to their Patreon, where you can go in and you can watch all their older stuff. Now they do have a couple of the older ones starting to trickle in to their YouTube. Like I think they just put 1 and 2 onto YouTube. So there's a couple of full shows on there that you can go and watch. The last one that they had had Evil Uno and Dalton Castle as the commentators. Really good. Real funny. They have a good chemistry with their commentary.
Evil Uno on commentary, huh?
Yeah, really good. They also have this coming up in June 22nd, called the Infinite Rumble. It starts at 11 in the morning and it goes 24 hours. It's 24 hours of wrestling. So it's like one match. It's one match for 24 hours. Damn. It's kind of like a Royal Rumble style match.
Okay.
They did one, I guess, last year. I did not get to see that one, but I'm looking forward to watching this one. I might go up for this one. I don't know. We'll see. It's in the middle of a week, so maybe not. But it's interesting. I'll definitely have that on and watching while I'm home that day. So give it a little bit here. There's a link to their Patreon if you want to go in. And you like what you see on Sunday, go into their Patreon for, I think it's like $3 a month. You can watch their old stuff, and they show other stuff on there as well. They have other shows that don't get shown on YouTube that get put onto the Patreon from other independent showings they have. Like they have one coming up in my town here up by Syracuse. That will probably end up on the Patreon. So, by Syracuse, good old Syracuse, New York.
Nice.
Independent wrestling is, in my opinion, getting hotter than it ever had been before. You get a lot of these guys that are going in to independent, or like AEW is definitely trickling a lot of their talent into the independent scene to help push these promotions. One promotion that I'll probably talk about in the future, which is MLW, which is Maple Leaf Wrestling, which is the Canadian.
No, really?
Canadian. It's a Canadian promotion. They just signed a deal with not TNA, with the Canadian sports channel. Can't think of it. I can't think of it now. Yeah, the ESPN of Canada. They just signed a 12-week. I think a 12-week or 12-month. It was 12-month. A 12-month deal.
I say 12-week deal would be very short-lived.
Kind of short. To put their programming onto keep wanting to call it TNA. It's TSN, Toronto Sports Network, the Toronto Sports Network, and that's MLW. MLW again. They have the AEW guys and the Ring of Honor guys.
That's Maple Leaf Wrestling, not Major League Wrestling.
Yeah, Maple Leaf Wrestling.
Because there's MLW, which is Major League Wrestling here in the States, and then Maple Leaf.
They're Maple Leaf Wrestling. Yeah. Well, they're MLW.ca.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's how you get around them. So that's it. I just thought maybe once a month or so, somewhere in there, I'll highlight a little bit of independent wrestling that's going on that you can have access to and see for free, or find a way to show you where you can go to see an independent wrestling that I think is pretty good, and I think Mystery Wrestling and their programming is really good. So there you have it, folks.
And it's just MLP, Major, Maple Leaf Pro is what they go by, but Pro Wrestling, so it's just MLP.
Okay.
But there you go.
Nice. Thank you.
All right, that's it. That's our show. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you want to touch on? Any of the topics we talked about tonight? Do you want to revisit and go in a little deeper tonight before we call it a night? Or do you guys think that we sufficiently covered the week that has been pro wrestling, where we should gear up and get ready for a new week starting tomorrow night with Friday Night SmackDown?
I think we covered it all. I think we got to the main focus of what this week has brought wrestling wise, and the news and the in the beginning and stuff like that, and the 30 sheets. Hey, look, we try to bring up what we can, the best we can of wrestling. We said our pieces on what a lot of the pros and cons about wrestling, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and it's maybe like I said, the mask versus mask opened the door for them to have better shows, man. Like they're putting on the shows, like Raw was good.
I'm hoping that mask versus mask shows them that a build up from a storyline and a payoff is what the crowds are looking for, what the fans are looking for.
Exactly.
And that the adulation that match got should hopefully show them that, hey, I think there's something to that, and that maybe that's what we need to do more.
We'll see. We'll see what.
I'll settle for some.
Yeah. So we get a couple of good shows, and then next month we get Saturday main event before Night of Champions. Next month, and then August 1st we got SummerSlam. So it's coming very quick.
Yep.
It is. Just a programming note. Remember, SmackDown is on early tomorrow because they are still overseas in that.
Beware of spoilers.
And then Raw also will be earlier this week again because I believe they're in Paris for Monday Night Raw. So got a lot of professional wrestling on the horizon, a lot of it earlier in the day while they're on this European tour. But yeah, just want to remind everyone that our super chats are open. It's the best way to support the show. All super stickers, super chats, and all that donations go back into the show to help us potentially book more guests, up our production, things like that. So we appreciate any super chats, super stickers, or support in that way. The comment section is always below too. If you want to be part of the show, we are a community here. We do read all of your comments. We read all the comments on the video, so you can leave your comments on anything we talked about below. We can participate in the chat like Brandon Young did, like Bristol did, like Dent Yoda. What was his name there?
Triple Con
or whatever. Yeah, Triple Con,
Triple Con
did.
Triple Con.
So we are a very interactive show. We love all of our supporters. And so if you want to drop your comments in the chat or in the video below in the comment section, we will address those as well. But yeah, remember that you can always hit that like, subscribe button. Subscribe to, become a channel member. We'll potentially do some members only content, maybe some watch alongs. Maybe we'll go back and watch some old pay-per-views, some old matches, and talk about them, things like that for a members only stream. Open suggestions there. If you want more from Styx, you can check him out every Tuesday night on his channel for his Doctor Who Rewind show if you're a Doctor Who head. If you want more from Styx and Dom, you can catch them out on the Qualified over on our partner channel Renovision Friday nights. Over there, you can catch Dom, Styx, and I on Saturday Night Special every Saturday night right here on this channel, as well as Styx's channel. And you can catch Dom every Saturday or Sunday night on the Star Wars show over on Renovision if you want more of Dom and Styx and just kind of get a feel for what we're all about and flavor of the month. And guys, because comic books and professional wrestling go hand in hand. I just saw a video today of Chris Jericho talking about some of his old comics he had graded and was going to put them up for sale. So. Usually comic books and professional wrestling run in the same crowds and run together, and a lot of professional wrestlers are comic book fans, and a lot of comic book fans love professional
CM Punk sold his collection to Danhausen, so there you go,
Yeah. So with that being said, we're going to call it a night. I hope you guys enjoy SmackDown, enjoy Monday Night Raw, and we'll see you guys right back here next Thursday for a brand new episode of Off the Mat, because like I say, we are quickly becoming your new wrestling obsession. Dom, take us out with some words of wisdom.
Yeah, the words of wisdom I want to say is to congratulations to all the graduates that are out there. No matter where you're graduating from, high school, college, pre-K, you're on your next journey of your life, and congratulations. And I'm saying that because I'm proud and happy that my nephew graduated high school. He's on his next chapter of his life, and love him very much. And hope the best for him in future endeavors. So to all those graduates out there, congratulations, and you are the next generation of our of the world, man. Future YouTubers, future wrestlers, future comic book store owners, toy collectors, you name it.
Future whatever.
Exactly.
And Dom's wife is happy that he finally graduated from pull-ups to big boy.